Alright, so let's give it a quick shuffle so we can pick any mysterious card and put it in the side. The spectator, they're supposed to pick the match to the mysterious card in color and number. For example, they pick the Ace of Hearts, therefore this one is supposed to be the Ace of Diamonds, right? Well, let's see if it really matches. No. No problem. Now they do match. Alright, so in this performance, what you need is the two cards that matches. In this case, I use the three of clubs and three of spades, one on top and one at the bottom. Okay. Now the mysterious card, doesn't matter the way you shuffle it, they remain the same on top and the bottom. When you finish it, put it the mysterious card in the side, and this is the switch I'm gonna do. Now it doesn't matter which one they take, because I'm gonna switch this card for the bottom one. So when I bring them over here, I rather bring them over here than keep them over there. And the reason is because it justifies better the move, the switch at the bottom. Because to accomplish the switch, notice I have the third finger pulling the bottom card to the side, just like that. Now because the hand is covering, it is much better, just the bottom card. Now in the performance it was a little bit more tricky because I tried to not just peel the bottom card, but actually with a thumb I relax it and let it fall like 5 or 10 cards. I don't really know, because I cannot do pressure and count like that. You cannot do that, because this grip in and of itself, it looks suspicious enough. For me to apply pressure, it's gonna look and sounds even worse. So all I can do is relax the hand on the table, because this grip doesn't look, as like I said before, really good at all. So when I show the card, I just took or peel off or let go basically at least more than 2 cards. In this case I have like 7 cards down here. Let me explain it with only 1 card, then I explain the way I did it in the performance, because in reality I never do this complexity of switch. I only do actually the bottom card, but because you know it's a video, I can repeat it. In this case, in reality, I mean, I only peel just the bottom card, and it's way easier. Now the reason is because you have to justify the deck going above the card you want to switch in this position, and then this card, the one I have in the hand, it must go above and switch. Okay. Now I try to do it in a reasonable way, because I'm pointing to this card. I bring the hand, I do the switch, and I justify because I need to bring it into position, the mysterious card, so I can reveal it. So at this point, this one is supposed to be the main focus, and this is the switch, and I try not to show the bottom card. And then I justify by snapping the finger, and then they match. Okay, so before I proceed to the routine, I'm gonna explain the switch in a little bit more detail. Notice the grip. I have it in index, middle, and third finger, and the thumb right behind. The third finger, I'm just peeling off the bottom card with the third finger. And that's it. A little bit to the side and to the bottom. Now the card that I have on my hand, it must go above the bottom one. So So you can bring the card and drag it into position, and the switch is done. So you have to justify, like I said before, a little bit more the reason you need to bring the deck above the card you want to switch. You cannot just bring the hand for no reason whatsoever and then do the switch, you know. So it's gonna look better if you give it a reason for a switch. Okay. Another issue is the way you move the fingers. I try to really minimize the fact that I don't want to open a finger like that. Pay attention to this index finger. I don't want to do this. Like, I don't want to move it like that. So, like the M silicone, you just want to open the tips and just grab it with the tips. Like that. You see, I drag it with the tips without opening the finger to drag the card. So I believe that's much better. But now maybe, you know, this performance have enough steps to follow as to justify the grip, the swing, and the switch. So you can drag the card as an excuse for a switch. And make sure you push it against the fingers so it can lock in after the switch. It remains, you know, between the fingers and the deck. Also, when I bring the card that I want to switch, you don't want to do the switch when the card is halfway out or too much in, you know. You don't want to overexpose it. I mean, you have enough coverage. Just pay attention to the fact that you want to at least go a little bit deeper. Not too much, not too little. About there, you know. You have enough room anyway to do the switch. It's not, the card is not really perfectly square, the switch with the deck. But when you put it on the table, the hand is still covering. So you can later square it and spread if you want. And because, you know, the people, the spectator, they're supposed to be more focused on the card, you know, the switch, not really on the deck. And I realized actually that in that performance, in the previous performance, I was putting the card over here and the card I want to switch really in diagonally. And maybe it doesn't look too bad. You see the switch? But instead of putting the, let me do it again. Instead of doing the switch diagonally, I'd rather do it right from side to side. I believe it looks a little bit more smooth, more deceptive. It is close enough to the card I want to drag closer into view, you know. Again, I'm showing the card. I drag it over here and I keep moving the switch card, following with both hands so I can turn it over. So I believe it looks a little bit more subtle, the switch over here than over here. But from either way, the card must be, the switch card must be right in the side resting. You see the switch. I open the finger a little bit. Like I said, I try not to do it, but it's something just to get subconsciously used to it. You can do peel off some couple cards at the bottom, like, well, you don't count like that. You just drop them. Try not to do too many. The reason, you don't have to do this. This is actually way more complicated. But you can actually do the switch with all these cards right under. You just want to switch it for a 3 of spades. So you come by and do the switch for a 3 of spades. Okay. So because you cannot do a lot of pressure, it's gonna look more weird than what it looks already. So I just try to drop or relax the thumb, so I know it's gonna be over 2 cards. I can do the switch, but it's gonna be, like I say, more risky. And do the switch, bring the card, the mysterious card, and it's done. Now, there are many other ways you can justify this move. You can just show the card and swing the hand from side to side to spread the cards, as justification, and you just did the switch once again. Now, one last time from over the shoulders. I have the card over here, and when I come and pass through, you see how I do the switch. And the arm covers pretty well. The top part of the hand covers the switch, and the card at the moment is switching because I'm passing through the card. So it's good to justify it, not just pass by without any reasons. You see? So as you can see, pay attention to the index and middle finger. When I come through, I just bend it inward so I can re-grip the one at the bottom. So also you have to be careful with the angles. You're gonna do it from this angle, mostly from the front, so they don't see you're doing the switch. Mysterious card over here. Or any other reason, let's suppose you want to point to their hand, and they have a card in their hand, and you can say just bring it back over here, and you just did a switch, whatever they have on their hands. The point is you need to swing and justify the swinging. And sometimes, well, you don't really have to exaggerate on the speed. Just try to be casual and smooth, and the switch is gonna happen. And also try to distract people's attention from your hands. So the more you pull the bottom card, it's gonna be better, but at the same time they can see it more easily from the audience perspective. You see, put it on top, re-grip it and push it with a thumb against these fingers and keep going. Just be casual and try to justify the move. Okay, that's it.